Hello, everyone on YouTube. We're just about to begin. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, a vocal sound healer radio show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate your support. This show is the second of a series of 16 shows. And today we will be on for just under 1 hour. I'll talk for a little while, then we'll take a commercial break. It'll go like that. This is also a call-in show. The phone number to call in is 855-680-9070. You can call in to ask questions, talk to me a bit. Everyone who calls in, I'll sing you a special healing song. So please be my guest to call in. Last week, the first show, I talked to you about what is vocal sound healing, and that it is the passive and active use of the human voice for healing and transformation of consciousness. And then I went a little bit into the details of the passive use of the human voice. And I talked about, for example, you as the listening audience, as I would sing to you, that's you passively receiving my voice to bring in healing for you. Today, I'm going to be talking about the active use of the human voice for healing and transformation of consciousness. So, however, before I begin that, I would like to sing everyone a song. I'd like to begin with a song because when I'm singing and when you're hearing me sing, you're connecting to a different part of your brain as opposed to when you're listening to me speak about something intellectually, logically. So I'm going to ask you to sit back, take some deep breaths in, and let yourself receive this song, okay? Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you, I will never forsake you, I will never forget you, I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you, I will never forsake you, I will never forget you, I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you, I will never forsake you, I will never forget you, I will never forsake you. Take another deep breath in. Receive the after echoes of that song. So how it works on mind is, as I'm singing, I'm sending you love and light through the sound beams. I'm imagining people listening and sending you love, my unconditional love for you. So thank you for receiving. And let's go ahead and start talking about the active aspect of vocal sound healing. So why vocal sound healing work is so intensely powerful is that when a person activates their vocal cords, so you can even practice that with me right now. So what you do is you take a very deep breath in, breathe into your heart, breathe into your belly, relax all the way to the pelvic floor, and let out a sigh. Right? It could be very small. It Could be a very loud sound, right? But the idea is that at the peak of the breath, you let out a sound. That is the active use of the voice. In that moment, you are activating your vocal cords. And when you do that in the context of a vocal release with the idea that you're, aiming to feel better, right? You're working on your healing, whatever, that what happens is you are through your voice, you are releasing stress in your system. You're opening your voice and expressing who you are. So what my work is about is allowing yourself to practice making literal sounds. So breathing in deeply, relaxed, completely imagining as though when you're breathing in, you are receiving life itself. And when you connect to your heart, breathing in a relaxed, full way, you're receiving the love for yourself. So that breath is intensely powerful when you do it consciously like this, right? Breathing in life force energy, breathing in love and acceptance energy. So then the sound that you make when you open your eyes, you, whatever it is, that's your essence coming out. That's you expressing yourself. The impact that has is to help you feel relieved. Now, it could be any kind of sound, right? Going to a rock concert and just, right? Or a hard uh, punk rock show where they're slam dancing and yelling, right? Okay, right? Who is to say what for you will be vocal sound healing? Who is to say? You are the one who knows. You are the authority. So when we give ourselves permission to both breathe in life force and love and open our vocal cords and allow a sound out, let's do that together. What's happening is you are creating a new pathway of release. And when you make literal sounds like that, it has an impact on your experience of yourself in the world. When people come to my vocal sound healing workshops, I support people in a very slow, methodical process to work up to making sounds. And whatever the sounds are that any one individual person is needing to make. And in these in-depth, workshops, this also occurs in private sessions, I'm helping you to connect your voice to the deeper levels of your psyche. In Greek, the word psyche means soul. So to the deeper levels of your soul. So then when you make literal sounds coming from the depths, you can have enormous breakthroughs. You can have memories, you can have dreams come, clearings from things that have occurred. And the impact that has on your metaphorical soul's voice, meaning who you are in the world, who you show up as, your creative expression, whether it's literally speaking to people or your poetry or your art, right? So, my friends, I want you to ponder on that. If anybody has a question or has a request, please call in now. We are now going to commercial break. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you. Hi. Okay. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it seems to be working. And any callers yet? Okay. So my friends out there on YouTube, there's no callers on the line. If anybody wants some special attention, please feel free to give a call, 855-680-9070. Okay. Is there anything else you guys need to talk to me about? Okay, Mark, thank you so much. Thank you. And everyone on YouTube, thank you so much for listening in. I'm so grateful that you're here. I think there's about 30 more seconds, and then we'll go back on air through the BBM Global Network. All right, thank you. Okay, 10 seconds. Thank you. Hello, welcome back. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure with Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Thank you so much for being here. Before the break, I was beginning to discuss what is the active use of the human voice for healing and transformation of consciousness. So I'm going to pick up that thread now. And I want to talk about why vocal sound healing is so effective. Our voice is very close to us, right? People can play instruments, right? Play the saxophone, play the flute, play the piano. And in a sense, it's still very intimate and beautiful. I understand the depth of relationship a person can have with their musical instrument. What I'm aiming at here is to communicate that when we are vocalizing, we don't have that separation, right? When we're playing another instrument, the instrument's what's making the sound. When it's our voice, it's us that's making the sound. So for many people, to express themselves is very, very vulnerable, especially when you're being authentic. And that is really one of the main goals of my vocal sound healing practice, is to support people in claiming the capacity to be completely authentic when they're expressing themselves. And so what happens for people is when we're crossing that threshold, right, taking a breath in, allowing a sound out, we feel that vulnerability, we feel that sense that we're exposing ourselves, right, vocally. And so it can bring up what is actually occurring in your relationship to yourself, right? If you have any lack of confidence, you have any concerns about what people think of you, then you'll experience, mixed feelings around expressing yourself. So I work with people around this, around recognizing that each of us is a spirit in a body. We come into physical form. We live this life from our birth to our death, or from in utero to our death. It is our spirit's journey in this body on this planet at this time. And it is an amazing opportunity to bring forth into the world the unique, special spirit that each of us is, right? And when we are authentic with who we are, if we're not experiencing ourselves as our own authority, then we are vulnerable to the approval, disapproval, judgments of other people. So what I guide people to do is to claim the authority of your own voice with self-affirming love, with acceptance. So, who are you? Who are you? And what are you here to communicate with the world? What are you here to express? And are you feeling comfortable doing that? when you're communicating with your partner, when you're communicating with your family, when you're communicating with your boss, are you grounded? Are you free? Is your voice free? Are you free to tell the truth about who you are, what you need, what your goals are? What happens sometimes for people is they do what's called a projection, and they project out onto someone else what's really happening inside themselves. So someone may think, well, if I tell my partner that I would like something to be different, they're not going to love me anymore. That is what I would call a projection. And that is not my term. That's his term of Dr. Sigmund Freud, one of the defense mechanisms. And that is when we see in someone else something that's existing within ourselves. So, what I would say about that is that we are the ones that are responsible for experiencing that we are loved. It, mm? So when I withdraw the projection, if I am to tell my truth, will my partner still love me? To withdraw that projection is to say, I am responsible for my experience of being loved. I am at the source. I made up a new word this week. I'm at the source ship of my experience of being a lovable person. When we take full responsibility for that, then we recognize that if we have fear, then we need to soothe ourselves and bring comfort to ourselves and care for ourselves, and show up for ourselves in self-loving ways. When we do that, yes, it takes courage to express oneself in the world. But when we are claiming that it is our responsibility to take care of ourselves, soothe ourselves, then we say, I'm doing the best I can here. And whatever we do to soothe ourselves and comfort, and then have the courage, take the courage to communicate in whatever ways we need to in the world. And that is an example of vocal sound healing, because when you have the courage to express your voice, the truth, whatever it is you're truly feeling, needing, desiring, wanting, maybe, for some people, when they come to work with me, it can be years. I worked with someone today, it had been 40 years that this individual was holding something inside that they wanted to share with someone in their family. And so it was and they did. And it was very powerful and beautiful. I was there. I was witnessing that with their family member. And it was her that gave herself permission. So we need a powerful self-honoring to have the courage to allow the truth of our voice out into the world. We're going to go ahead and take another break now. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Please feel free to call in 855-680-9070. Thank you. Please stand by. Thank you. Hi, I'm okay. How are you, Tom? Thank you. Great. Who is it? No. I would love to take you, Sharon, and I would love to have you say anything your heart desires about your experience. We have a call around the line. How exciting. I'm very happy about that. I'm an extrovert, so I do best with others. Me? Born in Manhattan, lived in Hicksville, moved to Hempstead. Most of my childhood was in East Williston, Long Island. Went to high school in Old Westbury. Yeah, not far from your studio. Okay, folks, 30 seconds till we start again. Thank you. 10 seconds. Hello, welcome back. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure with Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Thank you so much for listening. I'm grateful that you're here. And we have a caller on the line. Sharon, please let me hear you. Hi, Sharon. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Thank you so much. And did you have a comment or a question, Sharon? Or request? Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Okay, great. So I'm going to just repeat that. So what is Sharon is sharing with us is that she did a private session with me yesterday. And the result of that is that she has reclaimed her singing voice. And Sharon, is it okay if I actually speak a little details about that? I'm not going to reveal anything intimate, just a little bit more depth. Are you okay with that? Okay, so everyone, what one of the components of Sharon's private session was that she was sharing she was communicating with me a lot of judgment, in fact, that she had about her voice, that she couldn't sing, she's just gravelly, problems with her voice. And so what I was helping her do was to kind of step back from that part of herself that was judging, and to bring in an atmosphere of love in her relationship to her voice. And because my belief is that, and I was practicing, is this okay that I'm saying this, Sharon? Okay. I was practicing with you, Sharon. I would sing a note, and then I would have you repeat that back to me and have all this love. And because my belief is that one of the reasons people are having challenges with singing is because us as humans, we used to have, an oracular culture. For thousands of years, there was no writing. There was, maybe some writing. But primarily, we gathered in circles. We told stories. The history of any particular tribe or culture was passed down through storytelling and through songs. And we sang together and we shared together in love. So everyone learned how to sing when they learned how to talk. And so my very strong belief is that when we bring back into a person's system love and acceptance, that creates possibilities for listening accurately to the sound and being able to reproduce it. So Sharon, do you want to add anything else? Mm. Mm. Mhm. 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 Okay, Sharon, good. Stay with me and just do some deep breathing. Everybody, deep breathing. And what Sharon was just saying is that 95% of her life, she's very positive. What she became aware of yesterday during after the session was that 5% in her attitude towards her voice, she was very judgmental and very negative. And there was a moment in the session where she was condemning her voice to me. She was putting her voice down. And I said to her, don't ever do that again. So she's sharing that kind of soft confrontation assisted her to create, if I might sort of add my interpretation, Sharon, to create a boundary inside where you're saying no to the negative voice and creating a new, in a sense, a new paradigm for how you're being with your own voice, being self-honoring. And that on the way home from the session, she decided to listen to what I was saying and drop into a loving attitude towards her voice and go back to a time early in childhood where she was feeling not judgmental and critical of her voice, and she went back to childhood songs, and that's a beautiful thing, and was able to remember the tunes and sing that. So I'm so grateful, Sharon, for you calling in. Well, thank you so much, and you really have no idea how much I appreciate that because, you know, oh, here, right, creating the show, it's a feeling like I'm just talking out into space, right? And so for you to call into me and share with me, but not only with me, but also share with the world an experience you had with me beyond the radio show, it brings what I'm talking about into a more dynamic form for people to hear. So, I, mhm. Mm. Okay, great. So let me go ahead and address that. So what Sharon is talking about is that uh, I bring an aspect of my vocal sound healing work that has to do with breath that deepens the relationship to self. So I'm going to invite people to go ahead and do that. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and allow yourself to be fully present with your body, with your being, and drop your breath down and expand, relaxing the pelvic sphincter muscles. Expand as you inhale. And recognize that as you inhale, I mentioned at the very beginning, you have a powerful capacity to bring the power of life itself, life force, as you inhale, consciously choosing to be alive. And as you breathe into your heart, to bring in love for yourself. Mm. So, Sharon, we're going to go to a commercial break. Thanks so much again. Please call back anytime. You're welcome. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Thank you so much for listening. Please stand by. We'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, everybody who's on YouTube, anyone who wants a specific song request, please feel the dial in. Yes, I'm right here. What camera? Are you serious? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How's that now? Maybe refresh your page. So my producer, everyone on YouTube, my producer just told me that he could not see me on YouTube. So on, so can you see me now, Tom? Did you refresh your computer screen? We need some feedback from any, I hear you perfectly. We need some feedback now. Anyone on YouTube wants to call in 855-680-9070. Tell me if you can see me. Oh, my producer's saying that he can see me now. Perhaps, and if I'm on the road, my friend, I am at a retreat center in Northern California. So I do believe that I was actually not visible. We're about to start. Hello, this is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show, live with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Also live and now visible to my friends on YouTube. And everyone on YouTube, if you'd like to subscribe to my Gwendolyn McClure channel, I would love that. And folks everywhere, please know the lines are open. You can call in at 855-680-9070. You can speak to me. I will offer you loving support and a healing song. So please feel free to call in. I greatly appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit more about vocal sound healing and the power of that. So as I told y'all last week, this is my 25th year of doing my work. And over the years, I myself have been growing and increasing in my capacity to express the truths of my soul, to express the truth of my heart in relationships in the world. And certainly when I am singing, I am connecting with my own heart and giving love to the world. And I would like to go ahead and sing another song now to give that to everybody. So I would like to ask you, oh, there is a caller? Excellent. So then I'll pick the song for that caller. And who is that, please? Karen. Karen, hi. Hi, thank you for calling, Karen. You have a song request. That's wonderful. Let's hear it. Okay. Yes. Yes. I know exactly the song for you. Okay, so my YouTube friends, we have a caller, Karen, who's asking for a song. Karen is a very sensitive, I would, if I can venture to say, Karen, psychic soul. And she's been, how would you put it? Say it again, Karen, so I can be accurate. Okay, so she's been experiencing Mary. Would you say Mother Mary? Or okay. So she's been experiencing the energy of both Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene in her consciousness, and asked me if I could sing a song, and I have the song, and this is a song for Mary. Okay, so I'd like to request that everybody really co-create this moment with me by relaxing completely, putting a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly, relaxing your pelvic sphincter muscles, dropping your weight into the surface you're either sitting or lying on, letting go completely. If you're driving, don't let go completely, still drive, but relax, lower your shoulders. And while I'm singing, take deep, slow, and rhythmic breaths as though you are inhaling the song. Okay, here it is. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison, Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the goddess. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the goddess. I am one with God. Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison, Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison. Everyone take a deep breath in and allow the after echoes of the song to come into your body. Deep rhythmic breaths. And Karen, if you have any feedback, how was that for you? Did that fulfill your need? She says yes. Oh, yeah. And tears in your eyes. Thank you. I'm glad she's speaking to you and in your heart. Karen, thank you so much for calling in. We're going to have to take a commercial break now. You're so welcome. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure with Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. I'm so thankful you're all here with me. Please stand by. We'll be right back. Okay. I'm so grateful for everyone on YouTube for bearing with me when you didn't have a visual. That's what YouTube's for, right? Well, that and the audio, but thank you for bearing with me. And tell me, thank you for telling me. Next time that happens, tell me right away. Because there was a button I pushed. There was a button I pushed, and I think, remember I tried to start the YouTube and it wasn't working at first, and then I had to start it real fast. So when I started real fast, I neglected to push the button that allowed people to see me. And mhm. Yeah. Is there a way you can check it out right now to see if you can see and hear me on YouTube? Thanks. So we're just Tommy Shizano, my producer, is just going to YouTube now and making sure you guys can both hear and see me. I appreciate your patience so much. I'm new. This is new for me. Those on YouTube, I'll give you a little inside. And can you hear me on YouTube, Tommy? Oh, good. Excellent. Yeah, I'm new and mhm. Yeah. And one of the tips I was going to say, it's not a tip, it's just a revealing something about myself that what I noticed is that the more I do my healing work, the more I hold myself accountable, to myself. And I also remember back to for 8 years, I taught psychology and communications classes at Brooks Institute of Film and Photography, and I absolutely adored that time because I was always talking about psych classes. Hello, this is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure with Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. We are live. This is our second show. So grateful to be here. The lines are open if anybody would like to call in at 855-680-9070 to speak with me, to receive a special healing song, to talk for a moment. That is what I'm here for. I'm here to share information about what vocal sound healing is and to respond to any requests for support in the world. That's my mission. That's my service to everyone. Okay, so until someone calls in, let's talk for a moment about, well, how do I create vocal sound healing in my life on my own, right? So one of the ways you can do that is, for example, if you're going to sleep at night and you're lying there and you're having a hard time falling asleep, I recommend you put a hand on your heart, hand on your belly, so you're tracking your breathing, taking those full deep breaths in. And at the peak of the breath, before you let out the air, let out a sound. So you're releasing. When you're letting out a sigh like that, you're kind of clearing yourself for the day. You're being present to yourself, releasing any built up tension, and it assists you as you breathe in deeply, relax, and sound out very gently. You are soothing yourself. You are an agent of change of your own life. You're bringing yourself healing, you're bringing yourself comfort. So that's one way. Another way is to find a place. In my doctoral dissertation, which I talked about last week, I call these places vocalizing friendly environments. So that's where we find a place, whether it's in a car, in the woods, somewhere it's anywhere where you feel comfortable making sound, right? So it wouldn't be in the middle of a library, right? But it could be in a deserted parking lot. It could be, right? It could be anywhere. So you assess that situation and go to that place and let yourself take a deep breath in and allow a sound out. Sometimes we need to let out, a frustration, a pain. We're human beings. We're sensitive beings. We have emotions. And what happens in our culture is we're here, and it particularly, in the United States, it's a capitalist culture. So our sense of our value by the very nature of the system that's set up is predicated on our value as a functioning being, as someone who's achieving something in the world. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are way more than that. You are a beautiful spirit. You are a divine being. And it is your task to live your truth, the truth of your soul, and to know that you are loved and know that you are special, because you are. Every single one of us is special and unique. And that's why we came here to planet Earth, to express ourselves. And one, I think, wonderful thing about our country, the country, that I was born in the United States. Of course, anyone could be listening to this anywhere in the world, but one of the things I love is that it's based upon freedom. And so it's each of our tasks as individuals to embody that freedom, to live that freedom, to claim that freedom, to express who we are. Right? That is what our country is founded upon, the freedom of speech. So I'm here to assist you in moving through any of the blocks or challenges that you may experience to that free expression. So have you ever had the experience of being choked up or feeling as though you were stuck and you couldn't tell the truth or communicate what you needed to, and your throat felt like it was closing up? That happens when we're very powerfully having something that's coming to us that we want to release, that we want to share, and we're having an internal censorship process. We're censoring ourselves. The throat is very sensitive. It's a very sensitive area and has the capacity to close and block ourselves. And why we do that is, well, there's multiple reasons, right? I'm just giving you examples. The way that I would accurately determine that is by working with you privately, talking, having a conversation with you. So, my friends, hold on, stand by. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break right now. And when we come back, I'm going to talk to you about what are some of the reasons that we get blocked in our throats from sharing our truth in the world. Thank you. Yes. Mm. We're at the end? Wow, that went by so fast. I'm at a retreat center in Nevada City, California. I'm giving 2 workshops, Friday and Saturday, Yuba River vocal sound healing workshops. After Nevada City, I'm going down to the Bay Area. I'm going to give private vocal sound touch healing sessions there for a week. I go back on Monday, a week from this Monday. This is my life. This is what I do, journeying around, giving to the world. Okay, so when I get back, I'm sorry? 4.5 minutes. So not much time. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So we're about to go back live. What I was saying before, my YouTube friends, is that when I was teaching my psych class, I was constantly giving these definitions of terms of, I loved talking to people about, my students, about defense mechanisms and how to free ourselves from them. Here we are. Hello, this is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure with Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Before the break, I was asking you all, did you ever notice that sometimes your throat gets clenched up? That happens when we have something very powerfully that we're wanting to express, but we have another aspect of our psyche that is censoring that. So that's why we feel that tension. So there's many reasons why that can occur. It can be that we feel concern about if we were to really allow our vulnerability to be exposed, that we may be judged. And maybe remember earlier in the show, I was talking about projection. Well, one of the healing things that you can do with yourself is to give yourself permission that should you ever experience that, you're the one that gets to love and accept your vulnerability. You get to do that. You're the one that gives yourself permission for that and have the courage to communicate the truth. It is very hard. Okay, I'm not trying to make light of it. It is very challenging, especially if you're breaking through an old pattern with somebody and you're communicating something, or if you're sharing an emotion. So there are many challenges to being free and expressing ourselves freely in the world. Even when one is by oneself, sometimes we mute ourselves from yelling or crying. So I stand up for you all, for us all, to take courage, care for ourselves, and ask, what is it that we're needing to express in the world? So we are actually coming to the end of the show, which is absolutely shocking to me. I thought we were in the middle of the show. So I would like to sing you the same song I sang last week when we were getting towards the end, because I love this song. It's about honoring you as a spirit, and that sometimes we're together and sometimes we're apart. And so I really hope that you come back next week. And next week, I'll be beginning to talk about the history of vocal sound healing on this planet Earth. So here's the song for y'all. Love and blessings. And breathe deeply, receive the song, relax and receive. Sometimes we dance together. Sometimes we dance apart. And when the love flows on forever, my spirit flies. My spirit flies. My spirit flies. My spirit flies. Sometimes we dance together, and sometimes we dance apart. And when the love flows on forever, my spirit flies, my spirit flies, my spirit flies, my spirit flies. Sometimes we dance together, and sometimes we dance apart. And when the love flows on forever, my spirit flies, 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 my spirit flies. I'm so grateful to you all for tuning in today. And for those of you listening to the replays, thank you so much for honoring me. Please come back next week, Wednesday, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure with Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. I'm very grateful to you all. Love you. Have a fantastic week and love yourself. Bye-bye. Thank you to everyone on YouTube for tuning in. Thank you so much. And this is what everyone else is hearing. Fly to me, dragonfly. Fly close to me, dragonfly. Sing me your song. Bye till later. Lots of love. Thanks for tuning in.